Good afternoon, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, as always, and we are going to be continuing our climb through the Master Tier ladder rank battles, something. I'm still working on the intro. I've done this so many times, and it just keeps on changing. So I'm going to try to find out something a little bit more consistent, and we'll go on with that. But we are continuing our climb through the Master Ball tier, hopefully trying out a brand new team today. Now, I did receive a comment about like maybe seeing what we could do with a brand new team, so I came up with this. It's the secondary team that I was going to play for season 9 and decided, no, I'll just wait and see how it goes. Well, we're gonna give this team a try today and see where we go with it. So the variant is a Trick Room setup team. We have Hatterini with Magic Bounce, which isn't going to be affected by any status type moves. Now, you could still use attacking moves to get the secondary effects off. This is preventing most other things. Like, it doesn't prevent Fake Out. It will not prevent Rage Powder and stuff like that. But anything that is directly affected toward Hatterini will be hit with Magic Bounce, which then will just send it back. So no Thunder Wave, no Taunt, no Spore. I think Spore gets reflected. None of that. Anything that directly affects Hatterini that is a status move will get reflected off her and flung back to the opponent. We're bringing back my Rotom from the Portland Regional with the Choice Specs Terra Steel variant with the Terra Blast, Shadow Ball, Hydro Pump, and Thunderbolt. We're bringing in Oranguru because we're going to bring in our favorite Torkoal here that won Season 8 with the Eject Pact Helping Hand combo. Now, I'm keeping him with that just so that I don't really make any huge changes because there is going to be multiple attackers on this team that's going to be really, really beneficial. One of them is going to be Brute Bonnet, who not only knows Rage Powder, Sucker Punch, and Bullet Seed. Photosynthesis gets a boost in Sun. We have a Sunsetter, but he's really, really good in Trick Room. Oranguru does know Trick Room, can set it if Hatterini doesn't hit the field. He can set it himself. We're going to be trying Ting Lu today with Throat Chop instead of Ruination. I like Ruination, but he needs to attack first. And a lot of the times he's going to be slower than everyone else on my team, or he could be faster, depending, right? Mine's more of a bulkier set for EVs, so he's not the slowest Pokemon, period, but he is definitely fast. Probably faster than Torkoal, not faster than Brute Bonnet, which is totally fine. He's slower. He's going to be slower than Oranguru. He's going to be slower than Rotom, but he will not be faster than Hatterini. So he would need to be the fastest Pokemon on the field. So if I use like Qianpao in this slot to use Ruination, it would be completely different. But as you can see, we're not using that whatsoever. So with Oranguru, obviously, we have Instruct, which is going to cause Torkoal to do Eruptions a little bit more. Terra Fire is going to be really, really useful with the Sun. So I'm hoping for that. But there's also something else that a lot of people don't know about Oranguru. And we saw it at the NAIC, I think the Juniors Championship. Oranguru doesn't have to use Instructs. As long as the Pokemon, like your partner, had attacked first, Oranguru could move first in Trick Room and still instruct the other person to attack. They have to attack first, but Oranguru can still move first in Trick Room, go, hey, instruct, and they will use the last move that they used before. So Oranguru, if teamed up with like Fluttermane, could be easily set up to double like Dazzling Gleams or Moon Blasts or Shadow Balls or whatever you guys may think of. But that's the team that we'll be coming up with and using for today's video. Before we get started, don't forget to do the YouTubey things by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving down a comment down below. I do like all three, and I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. And don't forget to hit the notifications over on the right. They do also help out the channel quite a bit as we're trying to hit 400 subs by the end of the month and 1,000 by the end of the year. I think by this time, just because like I know that we can hit it. We've had a massive sub growth for both. I love that. This is the highest YouTube count that I've ever gotten. So I'm very, very proud, and I'm not anxious, but I'm excited for whatever way that we can come up with next. But We might have to change the goal a little bit because 1,000 might be a little too steep. So we'll bring it down to realistic levels here. That all depends on you guys. I believe that we can do it. So should you. So with that being out of the way, let's get into our matches. All right. So our first match is against Fluttermane, Gyarados, Excalibur, Amoonguss, Iron Hands, and Chi-Yu. So this is going to be a very interesting match here. I think that we'll walk in with... You know what? I think we'll walk in with Hatterene and Brute Bonnet. And then in the back... Ooh, who do we... In the back, we'll bring in Rotom, because I'm going to have to try to deal with Excalibur. And Gyarados is going to be also another Pokemon we'll have to worry about, but we do have ways to deal with him. And you know what? I think Ting-Lu will be the other Pokemon that we'll use here. This is going to be very interesting. I haven't used most of these Pokemon, so I have, not officially like in other tournaments. I've used Hatterene quite a bit in Sword and Shield. Rotom, I got to test a few months before the regional tournament, so I obviously know how to play him. But Oranguru, not so much. I haven't really had to play around with him. So this is going to be really, really fun. Alright, Photosynthesis is activated for Fluttermane. Its special attack was heightened. So we're going to go ahead and get started off with Trick Room here. And Brute Bonnet is going to go ahead and get started with the Rage Powder. Okay, they recalled Fluttermane. I can't read any of those. So it's Amoonguss. Let's go. They're going to Terra. And it's going to be the Iron Hands. To be Grass. You were really worried about that Spore. You were incredibly worried about that Spore. Fake Out on the Brute Bonnet. Oh, that's funny. Trick Room gets activated. I twisted the dimensions. Okay, so here's a weird thing. Rage Powder didn't go off, but that's okay. Fake Out went onto the Brute Bonnet instead of the Hatterene, so that's good. I'm not sure why that happened. They were probably just like, oh, well, it can't get flinched anyway. It's got probably like Covert Cloak or something. Psychic. I mean, Psychic does hurt that Pokemon quite a bit. So we'll Terra Psychic into that Pokemon. And I will Rage Powder into Brute Bonnet. So that way the Spore doesn't come in and hit Hatterene. Well, no, well, never mind. That's kind of dumb. I know that answer now, but I didn't think of it before. It's like, oh, well, it's going to go here. No, it's not, because they're grass types, and grass types just ignores that stuff. Psychic goes from Hatterene, goes right into the Amoonguss. Oh, one hit KO. Thanks for playing. And the Rage Powder goes off on the Brute Bonnet, who does the Iron Hands attack. Drain Punch right into the Brute Bonnet, which is going to drain him of all of his HP. Which I'm okay with for the most part, because, you know, I have to be. Wait, I still have Mystic Water. Oh, I did use my Terra Blast, or my Terra. So it's not going to be as helpful. Alright, Rotom. Come on in. Fluttermane comes in. Rotom comes in on my side. Choice Specs. He's still pretty good. Alright. So we're going to Mystical Fire the Iron Hands, and then we're just going to go Shadow Ball into the Fluttermane. Fluttermane's going to protect, which is totally fine. Mystical Fire right into that Iron Hands. It's going to do quite a bit. It's a third. And we're going to lower down its special attack. Wild Charge into the Hatterini. It's not going to knock it out because it does stand pretty strong. Shadow Ball into the protected Fluttermane. Okay, so we're just going to go do that. And we're going to Shadow Ball once again into the Fluttermane. Uh-oh. They withdrew Fluttermane. Let's bring out Excalibur. Mystical Fire. Into the Iron Hands. It does not knock him out. Does bring him down to maybe 10%. Drain Punch into the Rotom. Isn't going to give him a lot of HP. He should have knocked out the Hatterini. That was the better call. Shadow Ball into the Excalibur. Goes right into it. Brings it down to a third as well. Dazzling Gleam on both. And I'm going to Shadow Ball the Iron Hands. Ice Shard will knock down the Hatterini. Priority still beats anything else. Drain Punch hits the Rotom. We'll get a little bit of HP back, but Rotom's still standing strong. Shadow Ball. Brings them down to that. Now Dimensions return to normal, and that means Ting-Lu gets to come out. Lowering down the special attack of all surrounding Pokemon. And I'm just going to go straight into the Rock Slide. Does he have? Oh, he does have Earthquake. But Rock Slide's going to be really, really beneficial here. And Shadow Ball into the Iron Hands. Now, I'm faster than Iron Hands. Glaive Rush into the Rotom, which is going to knock him out. Ooh. Oof, that's not good. Because here comes the Rock Slide. Drain Punch into the Ting-Lu, which is going to do a lot of damage. I thought my Ting-Lu was faster than Iron Hands. That's interesting. That's good to know. Here comes that Rock Slide, though. Boom. Almost knocks out the... Interesting. It's not going to flinch them now. I know that I go last, so it's probably not a good idea. What's Heavy Slam? Oh, it's for Excalibur. Gotcha. I will try it again. He's probably going to get knocked out, though. Icicle Spear. Yep. He's gone. There goes Ting-Lu. Not bad. So my mess up there was to not deal with the Iron Hands, obviously. So guys deal with the Iron Hands too. It's really interesting. I didn't have any ice coverage. Guess I'm used to like having Excalibur on my team. But that's how you deal with the grass types. All right. So we've got Iron Hands, Fergarath, Ched Pao, Fluttermane, Galarian Moltres, and Urshifu. Okay. Quite a few Pokemon that we can take advantage of here. What we need to do is... You do not have Protect. I noticed like a lot of my Pokemon on here do not have Protect. People that should have Protect don't have Protect. It's odd. Well, Farafari could get us out of Trick Room, but I don't think they'll want... Well, no, they're going to want to, because Fluttermane and Chien-Pao reign supreme outside of Trick Room. So they're going to want to bring in Farafari for sure. Like 100%. You know what? Let's try this. Oranguru, Brute Bonnet, Torkoal, and Rotom. Let's try that. Torkoal to bring out the sun for photosynthesis for the Brute Bonnet, but I'm going to be trying something else here, which is probably going to be really, really funny. Farafrig and Moltres. Rangaroo and Brute Bonnet. Okay, so, I mean, we could foul play into the Farigiraf. He is going to be weak against it. But we're going to instruct the Brute Bonnet. And Brute Bonnet is going to do Bullet Seed on the Farigiraf. Now, Brute Bonnet should be faster than Oranguru. We shall see. Now, I don't want to do any priority moves, which is why I didn't click immediately into Sucker Punch, just because Armor Tail for Farafrig is really, really strong. Air Slash hits Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet still lives. Oh, the Instruct goes first. I didn't know. Well, that's okay. Imprison, so now we don't get access to Trick Room, but that's okay. Here I have a Bullet Seed from a Loaded Dice Pokemon. That's weird. That's weird. How did Oranguru go first? Ooh, 5 times. Let's go. Okay. Oh, Oranguru does have Protect. Neat. All right. Foul play to Farigiraf, and we will Spore into the Moltres. Moltres is going to attack first, though. Farigiraf gets swapped out. And here is Iron Hands. Air Slash goes right into the Brute Bonnet, which is going to go down. But I get a free switch in. So that's cool. Foul play into the Iron Hands isn't going to do a whole lot. But now I get to do this. Let's make the hot weather. We're going to Trick Room, and we're going to go up with the Protect on the Torkoal. Okay, what are you going to do? Torkoal's going to use Protect. Fake Out goes into the Torkoal. That's weird. Why aren't they targeting my side Pokemon? He's gonna set up Trick Room, guys. He's doing it. Do you think I'm not afraid of that? Trick Room. See, told ya. Rangaroo twisted the dimensions. So I'm gonna instruct the Torkoal. Torkoal is gonna go ahead and use Terra Fire Eruption on both the Pokemon on that side of the field. Torkoal is the slowest Pokemon on my team, I think. He should be. I think it's like hit between him and Hatterini. Now, Hatterini isn't in this match, which is totally fine. Brute Bonnet, though, is kind of serving a purpose. I would like to play with him a little bit more, so we might see him a little bit more in this season. I Terra Fire, they're going to Terra. And it's going to be the Moltres to become Poison. Okay. Okay. He did get Nasty Plot, so he does have a +2 to his special attack, but it's going to be really, really hard. Here comes an Eruption from my Fire Torkoal. It does not have Charcoal, so I am going to be taking a little bit of a damage drop. Berserk goes off on the Moltres. Does not matter, though, because... Oh, here comes Sister's Berry. It's going to bring him back up over half. But here comes... Oh, the Drain Punch. Torkoal gets hit for a lot. Isn't enough to lower the damage quite a bit. I don't know. Here comes the Instruct, though. Do it again. And Eruption. Oh, it barely makes them live. Berserk goes off again for the Moltres, making him +4. Fiery Wrath goes on that side of the field, and it does knock out both Torkoal and Oranguru. The Charcoal might have done it. So that's good to know. Alrighty. Here comes my man Rotom. If he had Discharge here, this would be perfect, but he does not. He's also faster than everyone else. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Thunderbolt. Shadow Ball. Will hit. Iron Hands. Drain Punch. That's about half. That's a good calc. Shadow Ball. Ooh, I am slower than the Moltres. Let's go. I still can't knock out those Iron Hands, though. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. We have Tornadus, Amoonguss, Iron Hands, Heatran, Urshifu, and Chien-Pao. Okay. Okay. Let's see. He has telepathy, which means he doesn't get really hit with anyone else's stuff. I could get started off with like Oranguru, Torkoal. I'm kind of afraid of Tornadus though, so we'll bring out Hatterini and Brute Bonnet, Torkoal, and we'll bring out Tinglu. Tinglu should be beneficial here. I would bring out the Oranguru, but I need to make sure that I could survive just a little bit longer. So protect, charcoal. I need to learn the speed tier for Rage Powder. I kind of want to say that it's like tier 2, but I'm not sure. I could go straight off of the Dazzling Gleam or maybe the Psychic to hit the Iron Hands quite a bit. I can also do Mythical Fire to the Tornadus and kind of leave Brute Bonnet to do his thing. But I'm going to set up with the Trick Room and I'm going to then Spore the... I kind of want to Spore the Iron Hands, but he's probably going to have Grass Terra. And if that's going to be the case, I'm going to Spore the Tornadus instead. They're going to Terra. Did I bait it? Did I bait out the Grass Terra? I did. On the Iron Hands, Grass Terra, Spore. Yeah. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Bleak Wind Storm. Misses Brute Bonnet. Will hit the Hatterini. It does basically nothing. Heavy Slam into the Hatterini. Will knock it out though, but that's totally fine. Spore goes right into the Tornadus. Take a nap. Not a lot of Tornadus use Lumberry. So now we'll bring out Torkoal. Bring out the Drought. Photosynthesis gets activated on the Brute Bonnet, and its attack was even was heightened. Now we're going to Terra Eruption. Well, what's in the back? Tinglu's in the back. I don't want to swap. So yeah, we're going to Terrafire Eruption, and we're going to go ahead and Sucker Punch the Iron Hands. He withdrew Tornadus, which is good. Heatran comes out on their side of the field. I now Terra Torkoal to fire. Burn, baby, burn. Let's have some of those fire moves come out, Torkoal. My man, let's do this. Sucker Punch goes right into the Iron Hands, does quite a bit of damage. Oh, Drain Punch then hits Brute Bonnet for a lot of bit of damage. That's probably just gonna heal him back up to full. Pretty much. Eruption. Flash Fire does not work on Heatran, but it will hit this Iron Hands for quite a bit of damage. Oh, there goes the hit KO. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Here comes Urshifu, who is the Rapid Strike variant. And we'll go ahead and just do another Eruption. It's not going to do anything to the Heatran, of course. But I'm going to Spore the Heatran. Surgeon Strikes. Oh, hits Torkoal for just a little bit of damage. And there we go. Beefy Torkoal. Even for crits, Pokemon was hit 3 times. Heatran uses Heat Wave. Brute Bonnet. Dodges the attack. Torkoal goes down though. Ba ba da ba ba da. Ba da ba ba da. Spore. Ba 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 da. Ba ba da ba ba da. Ba 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 da ba ba ba. Tinglu now comes on my side of the field. I kind of like this. I'm learning brand new Pokemon every single day and I love it. Okay, so we're not gonna Earthquake. I kind of want to Earthquake, but we're not gonna Earthquake. We're gonna Rock Slide instead to get the flinches. Actually, I think Earthquake would be like the best thing to do here. And I'm gonna Bullet Seed the Urshifu. No, you know what? I'm gonna Rage Powder instead. I'm gonna force him to attack me over here and not touch the Tinglu. Heatran is fast asleep. So that was a Protect. Rage Powder. Close Combat goes right into the Brute Bonnet, which is gonna knock him out. There we go. We took all that pressure off of Tinglu for a minute to now bring out the most impressive Rock Slide of his life. Let's go. Oh, wait, Earthquake. I knew that. Ooh, down goes Heatran. That Urshifu, though. Tornadus comes out, and he's still asleep. And we'll go ahead and just Rock Slide it. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da. Urshifu's gonna use Detect. Tornadus is fast asleep. And here comes the Rock Slide. Isn't gonna do anything to the Urshifu, but this is gonna hurt a lot to the, oh, well, I thought it was gonna do a little bit more to the Tornadus, to be honest, but it did not. So that sucks. Okay. Rock Slide again, why not? Tornadus is fast asleep. He was gonna use an either Protect or a move. Close Combat to the Tinglu. Does not knock it out, but gets really, really close. We're gonna drop the stats of Urshifu another stage again. Rock Slide. Hits Bull. Oh, Tornadus avoids it. How does it still not doing any damage to the Urshifu, man? This is... I am totally cool with this. This is kind of why I didn't want to bring it into Season 9. It's like, I don't know how it's going to turn out, so this is all exciting to me. But... I think we only have is Rock Slide, but I don't think it's really going to do a whole lot, to be honest with you. So, Earthquake's not going to do anything to the Tornadus. He woke up. Here comes Icy Wind. Does a very little bit of damage, but it does lower our speed. And Urshifu is already faster. I don't think it really matters. And I have the permanent number 10 on my screen. That's dope. Oh my gosh. 10 seconds. That's okay. 0 and 3. But this is the kind of the learning curve. All right, so this team has Tornadus, Bombsnow, Articuno, Fluttermane, Urshifu, and Therian Landorus. Okay, so we'll have a lot to deal with here. We do have an Articuno, which is most likely going to have not pressure, but the one that makes it so that he gets, it's like Snow Cloak or something like that. His evasion goes up if it's in snow. So we do see an obvious snow team here. It's only 2 Pokemon, but Bombsnow does bring in a lot of coverage for that. So I'm not upset at all for that prospect. We'll bring in Oranguru and Torkoal so we can get the weather back on our side. He's going to be forced to swap out a Bombsnow if it brings him in. We're also going to bring in Rotom and Hatterene. We're going to leave Brute Bonnet in the back as well as Tinglu. That's not going to be a good Pokemon to come out against. Landorus is going to pretty much ignore Tinglu. It would, like, Brute Bonnet would take out Landorus with his Bullet Seed and stuff, but I don't know. We'll have to try it out. Okay. Fluttermane and Tornadus. We're gonna go ahead and get started off with Trick Room, and I'm just gonna go into the Protect for Torkoal. Now, Oranguru does have telepathy, so if I use moves like Lava Plume, it wouldn't affect him. Taunt goes off from Tornadus to Oranguru. He gets mad, but the Mental Herb kicks off and says yes to Trick Room. Thank you for trying. Shadow Ball will then go into the Torkoal, which does nothing. And Trick Room gets activated. So there's that. Now Oranguru is going to go ahead and do his Instruct on the Torkoal. Torkoal is going to Terra Fire. Well, yeah, I think that's going to be the case. Terra Fire, Eruptions. I think that's going to be the gimmick here. Trick Room has already been activated, and I'm going to get 2 attacks off before they get the 1. So they're kind of looking down of a barrel of a cannon right now, and it's really, really hard to come back. Gonna Terra. Now I know when I Terra, I ruin stuff for Rotom, but I think the Pokemon in the back are Ice types. It may not be, right? But they might be the Ice types. And if it is, this is going to do a lot of damage. They're also going to Terra. It's the Fluttermane. Is it water? It is water. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. No, it's not unusual for it. Snowscape gets activated by the Tornadus. So it starts to snow. It takes off the... takes off the sun. Booster energy gets activated on the Fluttermane. Special attack was raised. Here comes the Eruption from Torkoal. It's not going to do a lot of damage to the Fluttermane, but it is going to do a lot of damage to the Tornadus. Instruct comes in after the initial eruption from the Torkoal. It's going to do a little bit more damage. Brings Fluttermane down to half, and Tornadus leaves the field. Shadow Ball goes right into that slot now. Does not knock out Torkoal, but does get pretty close. Who's your next Pokemon? Articuno. Okay. Oranguru is going to protect, and I'm going to bring out Rotom. we're gonna swap out Torkoal because right now he's gonna be my main. He's one of my main attackers. The other attacker right now is going to be Rotom. Now, Hatterene can do a lot of damage to both Abomasnow and Articuno. They're both ice types, and I have Hatterene in the back that have Mystical Fire. So it's not like she's not going to do hardly any damage. She does have Life Orb, though. But Rotom comes out. Oranguru is going to protect. Blizzard goes off from the Articuno. It's not going to do anything to the Oranguru. It's hardly going to do anything to the Rotom. And Shadow Ball will also go into the Rotom. And that's going to do a lot to the Rotom. But I'm going to Foul Play the Articuno. And I'm going to... Actually, we're going to swap out Oranguru completely to bring out Hatterene. And I'm just going to knock out this Fluttermane. This Fluttermane with the boosted, you know, special attack needs to go away now. Thunderbolt into that to that Fluttermane. Boom. Goodbye. Freeze Dry. It's going to do a lot to the Rotom, which I'm okay with. We'll bring out the Oranguru. I don't know how many turns I have left in Trick Room. And I wanted to prevent that. So I have one more turn in Trick Room, which is totally fine. But I wanted to prevent me changing the weather in case if Abomasnow came out. So that's what I really wanted to change. But I'm going to Mythical Fire the Abomasnow, and I'm going to swap out Oranguru for Torkoal. Because they can't swap out now. Now it does leave Torkoal open from getting attacked, but Hatterene and Oranguru have full HP. Boom! In the Sun takes down Abomasnow, and that will deal with any strategy that Articuno might be doing, including this Blizzard. Hatterene avoids it. Torkoal does get hit by it, but he drops down to a very minimum HP. We're going to activate Trick Room, and I'm going to protect on Torkoal. Protect here. Blizzard does not hit the Torkoal. Will it hit the Hatterene, though? Will hit the Hatterene. Does not do enough damage. Trick Room goes out. No freeze chance. Okay, Hatterene, do Mystical Fire, and Torkoal, just to be cheeky, help in the end. There you go. And one hit KO on the Articuno. Boom. Hey, we got a victory, guys. That's dope. For our final fight of the day, we've got Amoonguss. Wow. Arcanine, Fluttermane, Roaring Moon, Iron Bundle, and Iron Hands. So, what's gonna be the big thing? What's gonna be the big thing? How do I deal? Well, Psychic deals with Amoonguss pretty easily. Yeah, Hatterene, Brute Bonnet, Torkoal, and we'll bring in Rotom. for the Iron Bundle. This is also going to be really good against Fluttermane if they're also, you know, Terra Water. That Thunderbolt, though, guys, if you don't know, that Thunderbolt with choice specs, that Rotom is just going to come take games. He helped me so much in the Portland Regional. So much. And that was before I taught him Terra Blast. So that was awesome. Okay, so we've got Iron Bundle and Iron Hands. Now we do not see a Quark Drive from either one of those, so keep that in mind. We are going to activate the Terra Psychic. Actually, do I want to activate Terra? It's probably not good. I'm going to Trick Room first. Yeah, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to Rage Powder. That's how I'll deal with this. I'm not going to Spore, because even though Spore is really good, I need to be able to do it afterwards, but I need to get rid of the Dark typing so that I don't get one-shot by Drain Punch or anything like that. And I'm also going to get hit quite a bit with Iron Bundle, but I think I'll be able to survive. I think. Freeze Dry? I will survive, so we don't have to worry about that. Drain Punch over to the Brute Bonnet, so it does protect the Hatterene, which is what I wanted from the get-go. So, Brute Bonnet, you have done your job. Trick Room. Now the question becomes... Yeah, I'll bring out Rotom. Rotom, who is slower than Iron Bundle, but not slower than Iron Hands, is going to come hit the field. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam and then Thunderbolt the Iron Bundle. So if it swaps out and either one of them is holding Sash, I doubt that it's going to be the Iron Hands. He doesn't really go down that much. So Iron Bundle might go down fairly easy. He usually does. He's super brittle. So he could be holding the Sash. But Iron Bundle in this case is going to be moving last. He's too fast. Withster the Iron Hands to bring out the Fluttermane. Dazzling Gleam. It's going to negate the damage that Hatterene could have done. But here comes the Thunderbolt into the Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle gets no attack. But neither does the Fluttermane now. Fluttermane just kind of sits there and looks pretty. So we've seen 3 of the Pokemon so far. We know Iron Hands, Iron Bundle, which is knocked out, and Fluttermane. Who's your 4th? I mean, you could bring out Iron Hands. You could. Iron Hands. Okay. Let's focus on the Psychic over there for Iron Hands. And we Thunderbolt the Fluttermane. They're going to Terra. Is it the Iron Hands? Probably. Nope, it's the Fluttermane. Make it Fairy. Okay. Are you hoping that the Dazzling Gleam comes out again? Because I'm kind of not doing that. Fake Out goes into the Hatterene, which is totally fine. Here comes the Thunderbolt, though, right into that slot, and it will knock out the Fluttermane. So you stopped Hatterene from attacking you, but you didn't stop my man here with the Thunderbolts, which is a stab, by the way. He's water electric right now. Gotcha. So we're gonna Psychic this slot, and I'm gonna swap to Torkoal to get Rotom off of Thunderbolt. He's not gonna be super helpful here. So I'll bring out Torkoal. Psychic into that slot, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. Doesn't knock him out, but does do quite a bit. Drain Punch on the Torkoal isn't gonna do a whole lot. And here comes Snarl. Isn't gonna do a lot to the Hatterene, but it does crit and it lowers down her special attack 1 stage. Oh, guess what? Thanks for triggering the eject pack. And we'll bring out Rotom, who can now attack with anything. How long do I have for Trick Room? Trick Room goes for 1 more turn. Rotom might attack before Iron Hands. So I'll sweeten the deal by just psyching the Iron Hands right away. 80, 90. I mean, I did swap him out, but the sun's out, so it's not going to do anything. Okay, yeah. Protecting the Arcanine. I know that I just swapped out Rotom, but it's good that I did because I wanted to swap out. But because Torkoal brought out the sun, Hydro Pump isn't going to do a ton of damage to Arcanine. And the whole point of swapping him out was so that I could do a lot of damage to the Arcanine. But the sun, man, it's going to be doing stuff. I mean, I could risk it. Yeah, if I risk it and survive, then I'm set up really, really good. If I don't survive, however, it's not that big of a deal. Flare Blitz right into the Hatterene. Nope, will not survive. But that's okay because Torkoal's still in the back. But here comes the Thunderbolt. After Arcanine took a little bit of damage from recoil. Oh, that was a good amount of damage. Torkoal comes out. Torkoal says, hey, Rotom, do that again. And Rotom is going to be like, okay. Never mind, the battle's canceled. Choice Specs, Rotom, let's go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the end of today's video. We ended at 12,828, which is not where I want to be, but that's totally fine. We came in with a brand new team, so I wasn't expecting to win all my matches, especially if I've never really tested it out in the ranked ladder. So there's that. But I'm hoping that you guys like the video all the same. That's going to be it for me today in all of our matches, and I'm hoping that you guys like my fairly good Trick Room variant. For the first time I've played with it today, I don't think it did half bad. I think it was pretty interesting. There is probably some changes I could have obviously made with like Brute Bonnet, maybe swapping them out to maybe something different. Dodonzo might be really, really interesting, but that Rotom though, mwah, chef's kiss. I know how Rotom works. I used him in the Portland Regional, so he's set up the way that I want him to. Hatterene is also set up kind of defensively. She's really, really interesting. She has maximum special attack. Everything else is just kind of balanced around defensive bulk and HP, so she's able to live quite a bit. And Life Orb just makes it so it just hits harder. And as you can see, Iron Hands does not stand a chance against psychic attacks against a Hatterene. So there's something that all of you guys at home could be definitely using. A pure psychic Pokemon really hurts Iron Hands. Really, really hurts Iron Hands. But Brute Bonnet does definitely need some more work. Tinglu could also see a little bit of help. And I think Oranguru could also might seem just a little bit more touch, maybe a little bit more play as well. But to each their own. I leave the question up to you. How do you like the team? What would you do different with the team? did it cause enough carnage for you? I'm not sure. I think I got my face swiped on the floor a little bit much, but that's okay. So lastly, that's it. Did the YouTubey things. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we come back with either this team or the faster team, the Tailwind team. Do you guys want Tailwind tomorrow, or do you guys want Trick Room tomorrow? Let me know down in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below as well, so I do reply to any and all comments. Subscribe if you're new. We do have a monthly goal that we're trying to hit. I appreciate you trying to help me hit that goal, so thank you so much. Till then, have a good one. Happy Monday. Work week starts over again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.